Citi 97.3. More variety.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Updates you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
Citi
News.
It's midday. Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to Citi Prime News. My name is Zoe Abube-Eduardo, and I'm here with
Eno Safo.
The news is live from our studio at Adabraka in Accra. Coming up, emergency meeting between the Brekum Municipal Security Council and the Brekum Traditional Council on the 2-week ultimatum given to operators of Sementia farms to cease goat rearing in the area ends inconclusively.
Some 3 sub-chiefs were appointed to represent him, and they have decided to convey the message to him, and he is arriving today from Accra. And in fact, they assured us that we must relax. So let's hope for the best.
Also coming up, the Parent-Teacher Association in the Eastern Region appeals to the GES and Ministry of Education for intervention, citing disruption of academic activities in some senior high schools due to the disconnection of water supply by GWCL.
For we the girls, we suffer a lot. At times, we those who are in our menses, if there's shortage of water like that, we suffer a lot.
Still ahead, the General Transport, Petroleum and Chemical Workers Union of the TUC demands the removal of some 3 board directors of the Tema oil refinery.
We believe that Mr. John Kendall Appington, Ms. Edith Sapara Grant, and Mr. David Adomako will be removed from the top board.
And later, inflation for the month of December 2023 drops to 23.3% from the 26.4% recorded in November. This news is also live on all our partner stations across the country. In the Western region, we are on Premier FM 100.5 in Takoradi and Beach 105.5 FM in Takoradi, Bono region, Greener FM 95.9 in Sunyani, Ashanti region, Orange FM 107.9 in Kumasi. In the Volta region, Akpini Radio 96.7 MHz in Pando and Heritage FM 107.3. Northern region, Dasua 99.1 FM in Yendi. Word FM 88.3 FM is in Zwarungu in the Upper East region, Upper West, Westlink 88.1 FM in Laura, and in the Northeast region, Eagle FM 94.1 in Tamale. Across the globe, we're on citinewsroom.com.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Updates you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
Grateful for your time this afternoon. Now, an emergency meeting of the Brekum Municipal Security Council on the 2-week ultimatum given to owners of a goat farm to shut down has ended inconclusively. The Security Council says it is awaiting feedback from the Traditional Council before a decision is taken. The Brekum Traditional Council gave a 2-week ultimatum to Sementia farms at Senase in the Brekum municipality to clear their goats from the area over claims it is a taboo. The farm has meanwhile been in operation for the past 5 years. The Brekum Municipal Chief Executive, Kofi J, has been speaking on what transpired at the Municipal Security Council meeting.
In fact, the members of the music were highly interested as far as the guy's business is concerned. However, because the order was from the Traditional Council, members of the they were invited, and in fact, they've assured us that they were from today to tomorrow. They are also going to hold an emergency meeting on it. So we are waiting to hear the final results from them. But I'm very optimistic on that. The paramount chief, who is the president of the Traditional Council, is that, and for that reason, they've appointed an acting president. Fortunately or unfortunately, he was in Accra during the meeting. So some 3 sub-chiefs were appointed to represent him, and they have decided to convey the message to him, and he is arriving today from Accra. And in fact, they assured us that we must relax. So let's hope for the best within the shortest possible time. Fortunately, even fortunately for us, the guy was also present. Frederick, the main entrepreneur or the manager of the farms, was with us yesterday. He managed to attend the meeting and he was highly pleased with the outcome of it.
That was the Breko Municipal Chief Executive, Kofi Ejay. The Chief Executive of Farming in Africa, Operators of Sementia Farms, Frederick Bene Frimpong, had this to say after the meeting.
To be honest with you, I was very surprised with the amount of support and understanding that the stakeholders or the members of that committee in Brekum expressed during that meeting. So it was a very fruitful meeting. The Brekum Traditional Council and the acting chief of Brekum had sent delegates to that meeting to hear what is going on and the story from me so that they can also deliberate and make a decision. So in that meeting, we all expressed, the MC of Brekum expressed his concern and I guess sadness after visiting the farm. So were so many people that were in the meeting. I also told them exactly what had happened and the number of interactions we've had with the Chafuahini of Brekum and the results and what had forced us to sell our goods till the intervention. So now we are waiting on the people, the Traditional Council, to give us feedback since the delegates are now going to present the results or the minutes from that meeting that we held yesterday. So all fingers crossed, we are looking to hear something from Nananom, hopefully today or tomorrow.
You heard the Chief Executive of Farming in Africa, Operators of Sementia Farms, Frederick Bene Frimpong.
Let's go to the Ashanti region, where police there have charged a man with murder of 3 children after the room they slept in was sprayed with an insecticide. The man had allegedly sprayed the room to rid it of bed bugs. The children, who are siblings, together with their grandmother, were found unconscious in the room the following morning and were rushed to the hospital. Uncle of the deceased, Anthony France, made his second appearance in court yesterday after he was detained as part of police investigations. Defense counsel Ivan Samankwa prayed for bail for him, which was granted by the court.
The said accused person came to the police station and reported the matter that we have sprayed our room with an insecticide. And the following morning, the same insecticide that we have been buying for the past 10 years. And the following morning, I slept in that room together with my mother, my father, and my senior brother's children who has come to stay and spend the vacation with us. But when we woke up in the morning, my mother and the 3 kids has fallen unconscious and we have rushed them to the hospital. But unfortunately, 2 of them has been pronounced dead. So we believe that the police has to be notified about it. You have kept the person in police custody for the past 11 days. And now today we are in court and you are insisting that the person is supposed to be remanded. See, the basis for criminal prosecution is intentions. The intention is supposed to be clear that the person, whether or not the person has the intention to commit the crime that you are charging the person for. That is why in a murder charge, when we are not able to establish intention, you charge the person with manslaughter. But this is a situation where somebody has played a room from morning and gone to sleep the same room with the people in the evening. Would you be able to say that the person has murdered them? But because it is a provisional something, we all agree that let's do it and we'll send the doctor to Attorney General for advice. So,
what is the state of the mother now?
The mother is fine, she's stable, but she's still at the Confidential Hospital.
Ivan Samankwa is lawyer for Anthony France, who has been charged with the murder of 3 children. The case has been adjourned to 23rd January 2024.
Now, traders at the racecourse market are demanding the completion of the Phase 2 of the Kumasi Central Market project, expressing disappointment over the government's failure to meet completion deadlines. The combined Kumasi Central Market Traders Union, comprising traders from various groups, are lamenting challenges hindering trading activities at the racecourse market. The leadership of the various trader groups say it will seek the intervention of the Asantehene Otumfuo Osei II to lead a fundraising campaign to help complete the abandoned project. Emilia Kofi Asare, a secretary of the combined Kumasi Central Market Traders Union.
Look, I think the MPP government keeps lying to us, and we are not taking this anymore. That is our message to the sitting government right now. Before they relocated us, they gave us a time on which they are going to complete the project. The time has passed. When we saw the stalling of the project last year, that is January last year, we spoke about it and we were lied to. They told us initially that they were doing metal works. With time, we have all come to know how the lies have been exposed. We are not going to ask again what is happening. What we are saying is that we are demanding that it is done for us. If they are not going to do it for us, we have also sat down and thought about what we are going to do as traders. We won't sit aloof and watch things as they go down the drain. But I think they have come to realize that the citizens of Kumasi are peaceful, so they take us for granted. We are not giving timelines. Now we are acting. As we said, this is the stronghold of the MPP. We were looking at them, we were counting on them to work for us. That is why we voted them into power. Unfortunately, Ashanti region is disappointed. Kumasi is disappointed. The Central Market is disappointed. Traders of the Kumasi Combined Central Markets Union is disappointed. And so we are going to act now and do what we think will please us. Can they say and so this is the time that we are sending our actual petition to the king of the land. We have seen him rising as a leader. The kind of leader that the Ashanti Kingdom wants to see is what we are seeing now. Nana has risen, seeing that things are not working in the Ashanti region. We have seen him rise to heal Komfo. Now we are telling the Otumfuo, we are seeking, appealing to him to rise and resurrect the Central Market. The MPP government has killed the Central Market.
You heard the voice of the secretary of the combined Kumasi Central Markets Traders Union, Emilia Kofi Asare.
The chairman of the committee probing the leaked tape capturing an alleged plot to oust the Inspector General of Police, Dr. George Akufu-Dampare, says allegations of the committee submitting its report to the presidency is mischievous and distasteful. Information suggested that the committee had concluded its report and submitted a copy to the presidency with some recommendations. But the chairman of the committee, Samuel Atachian, says such reports are untrue.
We're giving some time concentrations and timelines. But there were a lot of intervening matters, even to get the members to sit was a problem because at all material time, one of them had even traveled to the United States of America when we're commissioned to start our work. So a lot of things have happened, but we don't want to come and give excuses why we are late in bringing the report. The report is just about to be concluded, and then the committee will converge on trying to look at it and have understanding that nobody has been shortchanged. And this is a clean reflection of, what came before us. And they will put it before plenary. I do not know how anybody will say that the report is with the presidency. How can that be? Even the report that the committee has not been poured on it, how can it be with the president? Pathetic. Who signed the report? And whose signature is on the report? If somebody is trying to improvise something to mess up the minds of Ghanaians, it's up to the person. Because I have not signed any report. The clerks have not signed any report. So probably this is somebody's invention of mischief, and that is distasteful.
You heard the chairman of the ad hoc committee probing an alleged plot to remove the IGP from office, Samuel Atachian.
For the fifth consecutive time, inflation has dropped, recording a rate of 23.2% for December 2023. This latest inflation rate represents a 3.2% decrease from the 26.4% recorded in November. Data from the Ghana Statistical Service Consumer Price Index released on Wednesday indicates that food inflation dropped to 28.7%, while non-food inflation fell to 18.7%. Here is government statistician Professor Samuel Kobnenim with the insights of the data.
For the 2023, rate of inflation on a year-on-year basis stood at 23.2%, relative to 26.4% that was recorded in the month of November 2023, signifying a 3.2 percentage point difference between the rate of inflation that was recorded for the month of November 2023 relative to December 2023. From a food and non-food perspective, we see a variation of 10.0 percentage points between food and non-food inflation, as food inflation for the month of December 2023 stood at 28.7% relative to 18.7% for non-food inflation for the month of December 2023. We saw a marginally sharper decline in food inflation as it declined by 3.5 percentage points between November and December 2023, declining from 32.2% to 28.7%, and non-food inflation declining by 3.0%, specifically 21.7 November 2023 to 18.7 December 2023. From a locally produced item and an imported item perspective, we see a reversal of the dominance of imported items as inflation for locally produced items stood at 23.8% relative to not imported items 21.9%. On a month-on-month basis, we see a marginal decline of monthly inflation declining from 1.5% in November 2023 to 1.2% in December 2023. From a food and non-food perspective on a monthly basis, we've seen a reversal of the dominance of non-food inflation for the period August to November 2023.
Professor Samuel Kobnenim is the government statistician.
The Ghana Scholarship Secretariat says it is actively working on addressing the issue of delayed research funds intended for graduate students. According to Citi News sources, the Secretariat is awaiting funds from the government as outlined in the 2024 budgets to clear these arrears. Recently, the Graduate Students Association of Ghana at the University of Ghana raised concerns about the non-payment of research support grants commonly referred to as bursaries. The funds crucial for the advancement of knowledge and overall academic development have been delayed over the past 2 years, causing significant challenges for graduate students and the academic community as a whole. The affected students say this delay is having a negative impact on academics and hindering promising research projects.
Away from that, the leadership of the National Democratic Congress, the NDC, has urged the Member of Parliament for Ifutu, Alexander Fenyomarking, to seek legal redress if he feels defamed by their party. The legislator, who doubles as the Deputy Majority Leader, yesterday called out the NDC for accusing him of masterminding violence in the recent district-level elections in the Ifutu constituency. Alexander Fenyomarking dismissed all claims of violence during the process and asked for an apology from the party. But in an interview with Citi News, a Deputy General Secretary of the NDC, Mustafa Gbande, said the party will not apologize since it has evidence to support the claim.
What insecurity would have compelled Fenyomarking, and who in the Ghana Armed Forces will deploy a military personnel to provide security for a private individual? And I do say that I have evidence of him being escorted by officers of the Ghana Armed Forces holding raffles in the election. He entered even within the parameter of the voting exercise. And he said he did not. So I'm saying that if he thinks that the NDC is detaining him, let him head to court. And I'll bring him the evidence of him being escorted by officers of the Ghana Armed Forces. And again, I am holding evidence of Fenyomarking and Gabi Asare Otridaku being escorted with a pickup full of military personnel in Asin North. What were their roles in Asin North election? Okay. You've heard about what the defense minister said recently. What is more threatening that a man who controls the aggressive force of the country saying he will deal with other people, he will deal with his colleague MPP member, just as the way he will deal with the NDC come 2024. This guy has an effrontery to be calling for apology. Let him go to court. If he thinks he have somebody is defaming him, the NDC doesn't owe him an apology. He can go bend the sea.
That's the Deputy General Secretary of the opposition NDC, Mustafa Gbande. This is still Citi Prime News. Still to come. Parent-Teacher Association in the Eastern Region appeals to GES and Education Ministry to intervene as academic activities in some senior high school in the Yilo Krobo municipality have been disrupted. We'll bring you the details of this shortly. Please stay with us.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers.
City TV is live on DSTV, GoTV, and HD+. On DSTV, find us on channel 363. On GoTV, we're on channel 117, and on HD+, get us on channel 108. On a digital TV, run a new search, but take note that without an antenna, you cannot access City TV. City TV can be accessed on any free-to-air digital box like the GoTV and HD+ boxes. City TV, it's your world.
Embark on an unforgettable road trip across 14 diverse and vibrant regions of Ghana in just 8 days on the Heritage Caravan 2024. Get ready to immerse yourself in the rich culture, breathtaking landscapes, and the warm heritage-laced hospitality Ghana has to offer. From the Greater Accra region to the Volta region, to the Eastern region, to the Bono region, Ahafo region, Bono East region, to the Upper East region, to the Northern region, to the Savannah region, to the Northeast region, to the Ashanti region, to the Western North region, the Western region, the Central region, and back to the Greater Accra region. The Heritage Caravan will last for 8 days from Sunday the 3rd of March to Sunday the 10th of March 2024. An expedition full of excitement, education, information, wonderful memories, and great bonding moments awaits you. Call 0205 973 973 to register for the Heritage Caravan 2024 now. This is a journey of a lifetime to discover Ghana. The Heritage Caravan 2024 is powered by Citi TV with support from 97.3 Citi FM. Terms and conditions apply.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers.
You all come back. Now, the Member of Parliament for North Tongue, Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa, has accused the government of assisting the Ghana Revenue Authority boss, Reverend Dr. Mishadai Owusu Amwa, to leave the country following a request for a probe into the Strategic Mobilization Limited SML contract. President Akufo-Addo on January 2, 2024, ordered KPMG to institute an investigation into the SML contract and submit appropriate recommendations to him in 2 weeks. Reports suggested that the government signed a 10-year contract with SML for revenue assurance services, with the firm receiving $100 million annually from the deal. The EP for North Tongue, Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa, in a statement says the president's demand for a probe into the SML contract is a sham. Here are excerpts of the statement read by Citi News' Ni Ayikwe Okai.
President Akufo-Addo must immediately offer a sincere explanation to Ghanaians on the circumstances under which the Commissioner General of the Ghana Revenue Authority, Reverend Dr. Mishadai Owusu Amwa, who signed the dubious SML contract, was allowed to travel out of the country with his entire nuclear family less than 24 hours after Akufo-Addo's 2nd January 2024 press statement announcing that KPMG has been tasked to carry out an urgent audit into the sleazy affair. My unimpeachable and irrefutable tracking of Reverend Dr. Mishadai Owusu Amwa reveals that on January 3, 2024, he led his family to swiftly and clandestinely leave the jurisdiction. In the January 2, 2024 press statement from the Akufo-Addo Bawumia presidency, signed by Mr. Eugene Ahin, Ghanaians were informed that President Akufo-Addo has tasked KPMG to complete the assignment in 2 weeks and submit appropriate recommendations to him. The release additionally indicated that the president has directed the Ministry of Finance and GRA to provide KPMG with whatever assistance they will require for conduct of the audit. Now here we are. The GRA boss who is to be audited has been surreptitiously assisted to leave the country. It is also worth noting that KPMG has only about 6 days left to report to the president. Clearly, President Akufo-Addo's much-touted investigations into the SML scandal is nothing but a sham. The NDC caucus in Parliament shall be demanding an urgent inquiry into how Reverend Dr. Mishadai Owusu Amwa fled Ghana. We shall seek to identify and sanction the conspirators who facilitated his disgraceful escape despite presidential assurances of an urgent high-stakes KPMG audit. We shall be committed to unraveling the subsequent silence, grand deception, and attempted cover-up.
Those were excerpts of a statement by the Member of Parliament for Notong Samuel Kujuto Ablakwa, read by Citi News' Ni Ayikwe Okai.
The director of the Ghana School of Law, Burma Yao Kodie Opong, has made a passionate appeal for government to waive the requirement for the school to give 35% of its internally generated funds to the government. According to him, this practice stifles the ability of the school to expand infrastructure to accommodate students. Even though the school has been able to get the president to reduce the quota from 34% to 25%, the school wants the Speaker of Parliament, Alban Bagbin, to ensure a total waiver of this requirement. This appeal was made at the induction of the 2023 batch of Part 1 students of the Ghana School of Law.
Honorable, if you are surprised that since 1982, when you left the school, these buildings that accommodated you and your friends have virtually seen very little or significant expansion. It's all because the government shares our money with us and hardly makes any contribution for the expansion. So we were able to get your good friend, the president, to cause part of it to be reduced from 34% to 25%. We have also made a request, and I believe it's now before Parliament, for a complete waiver of even the 25%, so that before you leave, and at the next induction, which may be your last in this term, you will see massive construction going on for infrastructure expansion. I know when you set your eyes on something, even the executive shivers. And so I'm very certain that within a short time, you'll be able to make a case for us not only to get back all our IGF, but also be on the back of other financial institutions, including state institutions, to provide for us the needed accommodation.
Burma Yao Kodie Opong is the director of the Ghana School of Law.
Management and students of 5 senior high schools in the Eastern region are feeling the brunt of a disconnection exercise conducted by the Ghana Water Company Limited over their indebtedness to the company. Yilo Krobo Senior High School, Enum Presby Senior High School, Enum Presby Vocational Institute, Bosso Senior High Technical and Accra Senior High Technical School were all disconnected by the Ghana Water Company in November. But with the reopening of the school term, academic activities are being interrupted as students have to queue for long hours to get water from a single borehole while others trek in search of water. Citi News understands that the situation is not only limited to these schools in the Krobo enclave, but a number of schools in the region. Here are some students expressing their frustrations.
The water problem in our school is really affecting us negatively. At times, even going to class is a problem. For we the girls, we suffer a lot. At times, we those who are in our menses, if there's shortage of water like that, we suffer a lot. In times of water needs, we have to go to town, and even that one, it affects our academics and our studies. We sometimes go to school, we sometimes go to class late because of the water problem. So I'm pleading with the government to help us, even if they'll come and dig borehole for us, we'll be glad. So my petition is that the government should come and help our school to provide us with more water.
We've been through a lot. We go to a time, the tank, I think the machine pumping the water from underground got spots. So we were facing a lot of problems. Unless we wake up at dawn, come and join this long queue before you get water. And sometimes we also fetch it to the teachers in their bungalows. So by the time we get to our classrooms, we are tired. We can't even concentrate. So we sleep in class. And also, we waste our time. Maybe the time we have to learn, this teacher will be like, he's in need of water. We have to take water to the kitchen, to which they'll use to prepare food for us. So we are facing a lot of problems.
You heard some students of some schools in the Eastern region whose water supply have been cut. Meanwhile, the Parents-Teacher Association in the Eastern region is worried by this and wants the Ghana Education Service and the Ministry of Education to immediately intervene.
The government has emphasized the need for attitudinal and systemic reforms to enhance the country's local government systems. While acknowledging improvements in governance, Vice President Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, speaking during the 2024 New Year School organized by the University of Ghana, highlighted the need for further progress. City News' Anne Shirley Ziwu has details.
The Vice President, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, on Tuesday inaugurated the 75th edition of the annual New Year School and Conference at the University of Ghana in Accra. The event convened stakeholders from academia, business, and political leadership to discuss national issues, addressing the theme, nurturing resilience, adopting technology, and embracing humanism for sustainable development. Vice President Bawumia affirmed the government's dedication to advancing the university's youth village for technological entrepreneurship.
As an impetus to stimulate growth and development in all facets of our economy, we are committed to the construction of the digital youth village as announced with the provisions made in the 2024 budget. This initiative is intended to boost digital entrepreneurship among the nation's youth. The Digital Youth Village is poised to be a center of excellence for learning, innovation, and creativity with the state-of-the-art infrastructure and technologies. Phase 1 of the Digital Youth Village project is expected to be completed before the end of this year.
He stressed the urgency of attitudinal and systematic reforms to enhance the local government system.
Ghana's local government system has come a long way, spanning a little over 31 years of its existence in the Fourth Republic. As we look around our communities and districts, there is clear evidence that some progress has been made in the development equation, as Dr. Akwete noted. Despite these achievements by successive governments, there are persistent challenges that call for both attitudinal and systemic reforms. Reforming the system to trigger developments and bridge the transformational gap is long overdue.
CEO of the Chamber of Telecommunications, Dr. Kenneth Ashigbe, advocated for the removal of taxes, such as the e-levy on technological advancements, in a panel discussion on the theme during the conference.
Let me tell you what Rwanda has done. Rwanda got money from Netflix. What they did was buy smartphones and give it to their citizens for free. Another thing they've done is that they are enabling people to be able to pay as you go the devices. But what have we done? We sold 4G licenses for 60 million. So what would happen is that the network providers would have to find a way of clawing back. You get into places where what you do is that so typically 5G, for example, in other places, China, for example, have given the spectrum for free. And your obligation is to make sure everybody is covered. We need to take the taxes out of devices. Those are things that we need to do. You need to make sure that policies like e-learning don't happen. You can't have the situation where you have CST. So for every data that you buy, you pay a tax on it before you start using it. Those are the things that do not help. So we need to work together with government to say we should go back to the production or taxation.
That story was by City News' Anne Shirley Ziwu.
Now, the Private Health Facilities Association of Ghana has confirmed the payment of arrears by the National Health Insurance Authority to its members. This follows several complaints made by the association to stop rendering services to clients of the National Health Insurance Scheme if the debts are not cleared by the government. According to the association, this resulted in their inability to pay salaries and procure medical and non-medical consumables. In an interview with Citi News, the General Secretary of the association, Frank Tobu, says despite the payments being made by government, they have failed with their regulatory activities.
Yes, I must say unreservedly that they have been making payments now on monthly basis. On monthly basis, they have been making payments. except that they are failing on their regulatory activities to the extent that they have allowed the private health insurance companies to be exploiting us. And that one is very terrible to the extent that some of them will even call you behind the scene and say, look, we owe you so much. But if you want the money, we are ready to give by so and so amount of money, for which I have solid evidence, very solid evidence. In some cases, they will tell you, yes, we owe you 100, but we can give you only 80 cedis of the 100, and that closes the chapter on our liabilities that we have with you. I have a solid evidence to that effect as well.
You heard the General Secretary of the Private Health Facilities Association, Frank Tobu.
The Nsawam-Aduadjiri Municipal Assembly has refuted allegations of illegal sand-winning activities within the districts. This response follows distressing reports from peasant farmers and businesses in Nsawam and surrounding communities in the eastern region about the forceful takeover and destruction of their farmlands by illicit sand miners. In an interview with City News, Isaac Boabing, the municipal chief executive for the Nsawam-Aduadjiri area, refuted the claims.
Has set a committee to look at sand winning activity within the municipality. So when it happens like that, before we can allow you to come and do sand winning, you come to the assembly first, look at your documentation and see whether you have the approved documentation from EPA, environmental officer, together with the committee, EPA rep at the assembly level, go to where they have approved for you to do the sand winning, and also look at crop on it. If there's a crops on it, we invite the farmers or the crops owners together with those who have allocated, the farmer that has allocated the land to the contractor to win the sand on it. We sit down. If there is a compensation to be given to them, they give them compensation. Where the situation whereby they cannot do the sand winning and bring a distraction to that area, the assembly will not allow you to go ahead and do that sand winning. We have not heard anything of that sort again. Anyone reports such occurrences in their jurisdiction, we are ready to assist.
Isaac Boabing is the municipal chief executive for the Nsawam-Aduadjiri Municipal Assembly.
Now, President Akufo-Addo has urged the Black Stars of Ghana to win the 2023 edition of the African Cup of Nations to end the 40-year trophy drought. The team is currently in Côte d'Ivoire ahead of the tournament, which begins on Saturday. Ghana will kick off their campaign against Cape Verde on January 14, followed by matches against Egypt and Mozambique. In an interaction with the team before their departure, Nana Akufo-Addo said he's hopeful of victory.
Last time the Black Stars brought the cup back home, the fourth occasion, was 1982, 40 years ago next year. The target over the next 4 weeks is to bring the cup home next year by winning AFCON 23 for the fifth time. We have to go a step further than the second places recorded in 1968, 1970, 1992, 2010, and 2015, and bring the 41-year drought to an end. The task might appear daunting, but it is possible. I watch many of you every weekend, thanks to digital satellite TV. Indeed, many Ghanaians also do the same. And we see you competing with the world's best players. For instance, it was insightful to note that Jordan Ayew of Crystal Palace is the most fouled player in the English Premier. Cape Verde, Egypt, and Mozambique are teams we have beaten before. And I'm confident we will emerge out of the group. There will be no repeat of the events of AFCON 2022. Know very well that you have the support of Ghanaians. Go all out and make us proud. Government, with the active support of the GFA, has made all the arrangements necessary to make this team succeed. To coach Chris Hutton, his assistants George Watting, Didi Dramani, Richard Kingston, and members of his technical team, I encourage you to be fearless and bold on match day.
That was President Akufo-Addo. The Minister for Youth and Sports, Mustafa Yusuf, also expressed confidence in Chris Hutton's team to break the AFCON trophy drought in Côte d'Ivoire.
It is exciting for me to be here on behalf of the Black Stars to welcome our President, the President of the Republic, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. The presence of the number one gentleman of the land here in Kumasi before you depart to Ivory Coast for AFCON shows the importance His Excellency the President of the Republic attaches to your participation in the AFCON once again. If you have seen the President here today to bid a farewell to you before you embark on the journey to embark on this national assignment, it shows the significance of the African Cup of Nations to the entire nation. We are all aware of how the African Cup has been elusive to Ghana and how for 42 years we have been battling to win the tournament without success. We have been close within this period, losing 3 finals, twice on penalties, as well as bowing out in the semi-finals on many occasions. Each time that we have bowed out in the AFCON, whether in the finals or any other stage, we have always returned with renewed hope to end the long AFCON trophy drought.
You heard the Minister for Youth and Sports, Mustafa Yusuf.
Management of Citi TV and Citi FM has committed to revitalizing athletics by partnering with the Ghana Athletics Association to organize the National Invitational Schools Athletics Championship. The event, scheduled to take place in Accra from February 5 to February 9, aims to promote athletics in Ghana. During the launch, the head of sports at Citi FM and Citi TV expressed the media house's dedication to giving more attention to sports as part of the nation-building agenda.
We pride ourselves in putting the brand Ghana first. And like you've noticed, we've done a couple of initiatives that have sought to put the country at the forefront. And sports, it's no different for us. And that's why we have decided to get into this partnership to begin with. I love the bits that President talked about with regards to how certain countries have branded themselves with athletics. I can attest to this better than anything else, that sports does a better job of selling the country than probably anything I can think about. For us at Citi TV, this is what we are seeking to do with athletics. And like President rightly said, we seek to place the spotlight where it hasn't been for a long time.
Head of Sports at Citi FM and Citi TV, Benjamin Nketia.
Stay with us on Citi Prime News. Still to come, the General Transport, Petroleum and Chemical Workers Union of the TUC demands the removal of some 3 board directors of the Tema Oil Refinery. We'll bring the details shortly.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connect you to the newsmakers.
Unleash the stadium experience in your home. From January 12 to the last day of the tournament, ignite your African Cup of Nations with incredible deals on Hisense TVs, Amcon TVs, and sound system. It's the Hisense AFCON double promo. Witness every electrifying play on the stunning picture quality of Hisense and Amcon TVs. Feel the crowd roar and the crisp commentary.
Well, it's gone in.
Through our state-of-the-art sound systems. Visit any Hisense showroom nationwide and get unbelievable discounted prices. With Hisense, you enjoy peace of mind with up to 5-year manufacturer defect warranty on your TV purchase. Gather your friends and family. Immerse yourself in the AFCON atmosphere and cheer for your teams with Hisense. Don't miss out though. Hisense. Everyday prices for extraordinary football moments. Terms and conditions apply.
The average human body mass should have at least 60% water for optimal performance in any physical or mental exercise. We can help you maintain it naturally.
Hi, my name is Stephen Appiah, the team coordinator of the Black Stars. I always like to keep hydrated naturally, every day, any day. S Natural Mineral Water does the trick.
Manufactured through a double purification process to produce pure, natural drinking water. X Natural Mineral Water. Simply natural. For bulk purchase, call 0596 273 546 or 0596 273 547. This advert is FDA approved.
If I should catch COVID-19, I would be in real trouble because I'm asthmatic.
I have high blood pressure.
I have diabetes.
I'm pregnant.
I am old and healthy, but if I get COVID-19, I could really be sick.
For us with underlying health conditions and for the aged, COVID-19 is a whole different ball game.
That is why I am not as worried as before. The COVID-19 oral medication is a welcome relief.
When you're down with troubling cough, cold, severe headache, loss of appetite and loss of smell, don't waste time. It could be COVID-19. Go to the nearest hospital or wellness clinic immediately. Get tested, and if you are positive and eligible, get treated with the new COVID-19 oral medication. The COVID-19 oral medication is effective for treating mild and moderate cases. It reduces the risk of complications and hospitalization and helps you to live a healthy and happier life. Visit the nearest health facility or wellness clinics for more information on COVID-19 new oral medication. Remember, the COVID-19 medication does not replace the vaccine. Test to treat COVID-19 with oral medication. No long things. This advert is brought to you by the Ministry of Health and Ghana Health Service and supported by the USAID through the RISE project.
Citi Prime News at 12 midday. Update you on all the running stories and connects you to the newsmakers.
Many thanks for your time. The General Transport, Petroleum and Chemical Workers Union of the Trades Union Congress is demanding the removal of 3 board of directors of the Tema Oil Refinery. These are the board chairman David Tando Adumakun, Leon Apenting and Edith Sapara Grant. The union believes these directors have been compromised in the ongoing lease arrangement between Tema Oil Refinery and Torrensco Asset Management Limited, now Tema Energy and Processing Limited. Addressing the media, the national chairman of the union, Bernard Owusu, emphasized the need for immediate action to safeguard toll.
Mr. President, a toll board lacks immunity to eat a humble pie, as evidenced in their press release after the Attorney General position on the said transaction. Therefore, we are pleading as a response to the citizenship call and suggesting that we consider the following: the abrogation and termination of any ongoing discussion, intentions, agreement, or arrangement involving DC, Vitor, Bay Bridge Asset Management, Torrenco Asset Management, Tepel, or any person associated with this entity, because they have demonstrated their inability to partner with us. For the gross demonstration of incompetence by colluding and condoning a conflict of interest and chasing after a non-existent ghost in the shadow of credible partner for almost 2 years, we plead that Mr. Leon Kendon Appington, Ms. Edith Sapara Grant, and Mr. David Adumakun, the board chairman, be removed from the toll board for lack of objectivity in decision towards the search and identification of a credible partner for toll.
They also called on President Akufo-Addo to intervene to get toll back on its feet.
We are, by this statement, calling on you, Mr. President, to immediately put measures to place to get toll back to refined crude again and bring relief to Ghanaians. Long live GTPCW. Long live Tema Refinery. Long live Ghana. Long live GUC.
You hear the national chairman of the General Transport, Petroleum and Chemical Workers Union of the Trades Union Congress, Bernard Owusu.
The biggest and most exciting road trip in Ghana, organized by Citi FM with support from Citi TV, the Heritage Caravan, returns with a week-long tour from March 3 to March 10, 2024. The Heritage Caravan will move through 14 regions of Ghana within 8 days. The caravan will make stops at historical sites in these regions, and patrons will have the opportunity to learn about compelling facts and amazing cultural discoveries during these visits. Here's Head of Events and Partnerships at Citi FM and Citi TV, Firma Edunyame, with further details on The Breakfast Show.
This year, caravan starts on the 3rd of March.
On the 3rd of March?
3rd March, we are leaving to the 10th of March.
The 3rd to the 10th. This one, if you don't say it, or you will
Yes.
From the 3rd
to the 10th.
To the 10th.
Sunday to Sunday.
Sunday to Sunday.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it's strategic because we want to also swerve the traffic, the Saturday traffic and all that.
Yeah.
I mean, the traffic is way better on Sundays.
So 3rd March to 10th March.
Yes.
So it's an 8-day caravan.
An 8-day caravan.
Mercy and atonement.
Yes.
Where are we starting and where are we ending?
So we start from Accra.
Yeah, man.
We start from the premises of Citi TV.
Definitely.
I mean, Citi TV alone is also an event ground.
It's a tourist center.
It's a tourist attraction. Exactly. So we start there. You know, the registration comes with its own fanfare.
Yeah, man.
The
Some breakfast.
party, the brass band stuff, and all that, just to put you in the mood.
Head of Events and Partnerships at Citi FM and Citi TV, Frima Edunyame. There's already a rush for the limited seats available. If you want to be part of this year's Heritage Caravan, kindly call 0205 973 973 to book your seat. The 2024 Heritage Caravan is proudly brought to you by Citi FM with support from Citi TV.
In a commitment to support the people of North Tongue, the Managing Director of Citi FM and Citi TV, Samuel Atamensa, has announced the decision to build and deliver a clinic and staff quarters to the Mepe community. This pledge was made during the official groundbreaking ceremony initiated in response to the challenges posed by the Akosombo and Pond Dam spillage. Fred Duho has more in this report.
We are embarking on a journey to Mepe in the North Town District, where we are going to build or construct a clinic for the people of Mepe. About 12,000 people were displaced during the Akosombo Dam spillage that occurred some 2 months ago. And the people here do not have a health facility that would attend to their health needs. They would have to travel a distance to Bato, the nearest hospital, to access health care. They brought this to the attention of the management of Citi FM and Citi TV, and they are going to break grounds for the commencement of a clinic project that is going to be built within 2.5 months. Manklalo of Mepe traditional area lauded Citi FM and Citi TV, where he made known the fact that when the first incident happened in 1963, no help has come or no compensation has been paid to the affected people.
We put our request through the head directorate that we need clinic because Mepe don't have clinic. With our number and no health clinic is affecting us. And through this, they have been able to get us help. And that is the reason why we are here. We are very grateful through the health directorate to Omni Media Foundation for coming to our aid.
The managing director of Citi FM and Citi TV, Samuel Atamensa, in his brief speech, assured the people that this project is going to complete in the next 2.5 months, and it will be handed over when there is no impediment on the way of the contractors.
We at Citi, we just believe that we have just opened ourselves to be a vessel. We called for help on your behalf, and people believed in us, and people gave us substance, which we have spread across the length and breadth of this nation. Up to the north, we've been everywhere. Now, when Dr. Jokoto and the team came to us with a specific request of a clinic, it didn't take us 24 hours to decide. The moment we decided, I called the Honorable Member of Parliament and told him that our next station is Mepe, and we are putting up the clinic. So this is the reason we are here. Because we are primarily a media house, we are not into construction. So we don't take the amount of time that people normally take. When we start the construction tomorrow, given that we have the backing of the community, it will take us 2.5 months and we'll present the keys to you. And when the prayers were said, the last bit, which Bernard explained to me, I would want to borrow that one again. And that one was to say that anybody who stands in our way, is that correct? Yes. Something, it will not be well with the person. I didn't say it, it's the MP who said it. And, you know, with this spillage thing, we've also gotten our own experiences as a media house. In fact, in one place that we had to put up the building, when we finished, the chiefs said that they are fining us For what reason? The reason is that we're working too late into the night. To hurry up for them to have a place, they were firing us. I said they should put it into writing. When they write it, we'll respond. So, you have all sorts of places, all sorts of things happening. We are just praying that we have the maximum cooperation, and we promise that if we have the cooperation, in 2.5 months exactly, we will present the building to the community.
The clinic project site is not quite a distance from where the Member of Parliament for North Tongue, Samuel Okujeto Ablakwa, through his initiative, is also building a shelter. So in effect, when this clinic comes into fruition, is going to augment the stay of the people here. And he's been adding that this project, he believes, will transform into a hospital one day.
Since this disaster, Citi FM, Citi TV, you have not abandoned us. You have highlighted our plight. You have mobilized resources. You have been here countless occasions. You have ensured that the entire corporate Ghana, individuals, foundations, have heard about the need to come to our assistance. And you have been that bridge, particularly for those who have not found it convenient to come here. It's not easy to locate where MEFA is. And you have facilitated a lot of donation, a lot of assistance, materially, cash, and also with human resource, people who have come here with their expertise because they have followed the reportage on Citi TV, Citi Radio, and they have come to offer their assistance. So we owe you a debt of gratitude. We are eternally thankful to you for your compassion, for your humanity. Really, this is what being a human being is about. When we talk about a common humanity, this is what it is about. And Citi FM, Citi TV, you have demonstrated that to the satisfaction of all. I want to salute our chiefs. Our chiefs have not gone anywhere since this disaster. And today is exactly 4 months to the day since we started feeling the impact when the Russian waters arrived and began its devastation. And I want to commend the youth who became overnight disaster experts, rescuing the vulnerable, the weak, the aged, and moving people to higher ground.
The District Health Director, Kofi Michael Ziga, he has assured that the moment the keys of this clinic is handed over to him, he believes that work is going to be a 24-hour service that will be rendered for the people here to get the health benefits that they deserve post the disaster.
I think the icing on the cake is Citi Foundation. So we want to just give the assurance to Citi and the traditional leaders and all the partners here that on the day they will hand over the keys to this structure to us, work starts, 24 hours health service delivery.
We have the managing director of Citi FM and Citi TV, Samuel Atamensa, using the tool to break the ground. And that is the MP for the area. And he's also done same to signify symbolically what this whole project is going to do. We have the Citi family or Citi management and a number of dignitaries taking a tour of what the MP is doing. Now, Bernard Avle has taken over the mic and is engaging the MP on what this whole project is about.
Yeah, so this is a safe alternative housing project.
Okay.
We will be relocating 300 displaced people here.
Okay.
So this is on higher ground, as you can see. And so all the donations coming in, I am putting it into this project.
One. For 300 people?
For 300 people.
What kind of housing units are they?
So the design is very interesting. So There will be rooms for families. So we are prioritizing families, particularly the single mothers.
So these are permanent structures?
Permanent structures. And then we have a shared kitchen, we have a shared TV room, meeting room, and then there are stores.
That was a report put together by Citi News' Fred Juho. That'll be all for this edition of Citi Prime News, which came to you live from our studio at Adabraka in Accra. For more news, log on to citinewsroom.com. My name is Zoe Abube Eduardo, and I was here with
Inu Safo.
Many thanks for your time. The business news is up next.
Citi 97.3. More variety.